Hello, my name is April Ortega, and for my presentation, I decided to do my research on Chinese culture. Here is the content, the introduction, an overview, history, language, religion, clothing, celebration, holidays, foods, conclusion, and of course the references. Like I said, my name is April Ortega. I decided to do my research on Chinese culture. I've been wanting to visit China for a few years now, so I decided to go ahead and do my research on that. I also did my interview with someone from China, so I hope you guys like my presentation. We're gonna start off with history, the Cold Wars, and the riots. I decided to write about include the Cold Wars because when I was doing my interview with his name is Dr. Liu. I asked him if he can give me some history, and he did, but unfortunately, he said that most of the history there is about the wars, and the only other thing he said was about the 2019 riots, which I thought was pretty interesting because we didn't really hear about it, obviously because it was COVID, the pandemic was going on. But I didn't know about it until he kind of mentioned it in the interview. He said he kind of remembered it pretty clearly. It was pretty chaotic over there. Businesses were being trashed. People were just throwing rocks or any kind of anything just to shatter or break into businesses. Obviously, we didn't hear about it, like I said, because of the pandemic, but that's pretty kind of messed up that we kind of didn't really hear about it. So I wanted to include it because of it is history. I wanted other people to actually know about this history as well. I also learned about the Chinese flag. I learned that the red color symbolizes the revolution. The yellow star signifies the brightness from the red ground. I thought it was interesting that the big star represents the Community Party in China, and the small stars represent the citizens from China. So I thought that was pretty cool. They speak Cantonese. I wanted to include some images of the wording just because I thought it was cool. I always have thought it was cool how their language is very, very different from ours. How just, the hello is for them is just these not boxes, but this type of writing. So I thought that was interesting. I wanted to include that. They are Buddhist. That's their main religion. Holiday celebrations, they're usually in the beginning of the year, February. I think if once I do go for to China, I actually want to go around this type time. I think it's pretty fun, and I want to see what type of culture, how they celebrate. When I was speaking to Dr. Liu, he said that it's pretty big, and they go all out, just like when. Well, my parents are Hispanic, and when we go to Mexico, the celebrations are pretty big too when they are celebrating the Santo. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So when I go, I might go around this time. I thought the fashion timeline was pretty cool as well. Their traditional clothing, but it's been throughout the major dynasty. There's the Han Dynasty, the Tang Dynasty, the Ming Dynasty, the Oing Dynasty. When I was doing my research, I found mostly women clothing, not much men, usually women, but the women clothing were very, very beautiful, very elegant. I found that they usually will wear this during formal occasions, New Year's. It also in hospitality industry, which I thought was pretty interesting, why they would dress so formal for hospitality industry, but that was pretty cool to find out. When I was doing my research and doing my interview, it's the main thing that there is around in the United States. It's rice, chicken feet that they have over there as well, and some fungus that they eat. Um, I thought it was pretty interesting about the exports. The leading exports in 2023 was soybeans. I didn't really expect soybeans. I don't know why. I didn't know what I expected, but not soybeans. 27.2 billion from the United States to China. And then the imports, I kind of knew about the imports. I think a few years ago, I read or seen somewhere that technology equipment is usually big from China to the United States. So I knew about that, but I didn't know how much it is. 117 billion dollars. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. But like I said, I had known about the equipment. Chinese politics. Their political views, they are a leninist party state. They're known as a communist part of China. It is dominant political and institution. I thought this was also interesting how the leader of the people of Republic of China, he's been the lead serving as a general of the Communist Party for I guess I want to say 20 something years since 2012. So it's been a long time that he's been serving as a general of the Communist Party. I also found the Chinese music. Um, I thought these instruments were pretty interesting. I never really seen these type of instruments before. They have been traced back to about 7,000 to 8,000 years. It looks like they had found those type of instruments when a boat flute was discovered. Thought that was pretty cool and pretty interesting as well. Um, there are four traditional music instruments: the stringed, the percussion, and the pluck. I'm not sure if I have all of those right here. But oh, I'm sorry, the wind. I'm not sure if I have all of them here in this slide, but I thought that was pretty cool how I mean, this looks, like a flute, but and this looks like a guitar, but it's still pretty interesting how different it is. Chinese sports. I found that they have swordplay, wrestling, archery, ancient football. They also have polo, Chinese golf, and ice skating. So I hope you guys like my presentation. This is the conclusion. We spoke about the Chinese culture, the location history, the flag, the language, the religion, the clothing, celebration, the food, the music, sports, and political overview. I hope you guys enjoyed my slideshow. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.